This is Jack White for the Capital District Growth Team with another Monday morning message, and this one is about growth at the district and international levels. We have a special guest today, Jerry Peuler. He's from Maryland, from the Waldorf Club. In his day job, Jerry works in finance for one of the larger counties of Maryland. He started as president, or became president of his local club, and then lieutenant governor and governor of the Capital District, and he's worked hard over the years, and now he wants to represent us on the international board of Kiwanis. Are you there, Jerry?
Yes, Jack. Hello, everyone. This is Jerry Peuler calling from La Plata, Maryland, and I just wanted to say hello to everybody in the Capital District and hope everyone is doing well. Jack, you're very right. You're very right on that. Go ahead.
I was going to say, these messages are getting quite a bit beyond our district now. We're getting words from Midwest and the Far West and everywhere that they're being passed around, so which is good. We're glad to have it.
Right.
By the way, we won't have time for a campaign speech today, but Jerry is a candidate for international trustee, which means he would oversee several of the districts of Kiwanis and serve on the international board. That election is in Nashville later this month, and certainly if you can go or are there, show up and cast a vote for our candidate, Jerry Peuler. Now, Jerry.
Okay.
Well, we've been working in our district, in your Maryland, and you're governor of the whole district. So you keep up with the broad picture. What do you see as the growth and
I think the growth
situation we have now?
Right. Well, I think growth is something that we all have to pay a particular attention to, not only in the Capital District, and as you know, Kiwanis International has the million-member goal by the year 2015, and I think that's a realistic goal. I don't believe that we need to worry ourselves, will we make it or will we not make it? If we all work together, we certainly will, and that's the same philosophy that should be at the club level. The clubs need to make sure they understand that recruiting new members is an ongoing process. It's not something you do annually to make up losses through the year. It's not something you do because we want to see that we have enough members going into the new administrative year, which starts in October. I've been a member of Kiwanis for over 20 years, and I've recruited a number of people each and every year that I've been a member, and I think it's incumbent upon everyone. Now, I know full well and good that there are not a lot of recruiters in Kiwanis, but there are people who know how to recruit. There are people who know how to sell. There are people who are spark plugs for Kiwanis, if you will. And I think each club has to have those kinds of people. And if you don't have them, you need to ask your lieutenant governor or your regional trustee or your governor, hey, I need some help in my particular zone or my particular geographic area to come on in and help me do the work that needs to be done to get members.
But, Jerry, you don't need to get the help from anybody to ask that person that you know at church or at work or on the at the base Little League team that you think would be a good client, ask them to come to your Kiwanis next week. That's not a it's a big deal, but you need to have the club ready then with the materials and all to close the sale, if you will.
I'll just tell you a personal story that happened to me just a few weeks ago. I was sitting in my ophthalmologist office getting my eyes examined, and I did have on my county name tag that we wear for security purposes, and the gentleman sitting next to me looked over and he said, oh, I work for the county too, but I work in the health department. He and I started talking. He is from Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia. He is here doing some work, and then he's going to go back to Malaysia. And I invited him to come to a Kiwanis meeting. And he said, I've been hearing about Kiwanis for a long time, but I don't know much about it. I said, well, let me invite you. And that's all it took, just a casual meeting. Now, he's been to 2 meetings, and he says he's interested. And when he goes back to Malaysia, and I happen to have a very good friend who served as governor with me, who is in Kuala Lumpur, there's a natural hookup. And the world is small. We keep wondering, well, how do I do this? How do I get people to do things? Well, even the most casual of things can be very personal when you stop and speak to someone. If you don't know enough about Kiwanis, I know there are lots of people in your club, there are lots of people in your region that are willing to come and help you. I think,
but everyone knows how to invite somebody to come to the next meeting with them.
Right, absolutely.
That's really all you need to do, and then others should be in position to take over. Let me ask you a couple quick questions now before we wind this up, Jerry. If you are successful, and we hope you are in Nashville, and are on the international board shortly, what kind of issues do you expect to be facing there regarding growth and membership?
Well, I think you've got the nail on the head again, because we want to be that million-person club or that million-person organization by 2015. When you get 20 different people on a board of directors, you're going to have personalities, you're going to have strong people, you're going to have not as strong people, and you're going to have lots of hopeful new ideas coming to the board with lots of different people from across and around the world sitting there discussing how we can improve. One of the things that I find in all of Kiwanisdom through my terms, my tour in Kiwanis, is we invite people to join a service organization, and then we don't involve them in the service of the organization. And the best thing to do is when you invite someone, you induct them, you get them involved immediately. You don't wait for one project that's 6 months down the road or a year down the road. You get them involved right away. Let them see, let them feel, let them taste, let them enjoy what Kiwanis is all about. Once you've got them into the mode of Kiwanis, and I don't mean coming to a meeting every week or hearing a breakfast speaker or a luncheon or a dinner speaker, but getting involved so that they understand that Kiwanis is a continuum. It's not a once-a-week kind of thing or a once bi-weekly thing. You can be in Kiwanis all or as little as you want. You can do as much as you want, but I'm telling everyone that I know about Kiwanis in hopes that they will at least get the bug and the interest to come and see what we do. Once you see what we do, meet the people, try it out, get involved maybe with a service leadership program in one of the schools, you'll find that it's so rewarding that you don't understand how rewarding it can be. We live in a fast-paced society. Look at what we're doing right now. We're talking to people all around the United States, possibly around the world, and we are doing it as easy as from our seated homes, comfortably in front of a TV or in front of a screen here on the computer, but we're talking Kiwanis, and I think that's what we have to do. We have to remember we need to constantly be showing what Kiwanis is all about to each and every person we come in contact with.
Jerry, you're a good evangelist. You've got me excited, and I hope the people listening feel the same. The very best in Nashville, and I hope that we can come back to you later this year and have an interview of International Trustee Peuler.
Thank you, Jack.
Will you do that?
Absolutely. You know I'm available anytime.
Thank you.
All right.
That's
bye-bye.
Wait just a minute. We got to get off from this thing.
All right.
That's another Monday morning message from your Capital District Growth Team. For Jerry Peuler, this is Jack White saying thank you for listening.